No, you don't understand.
You should try it my way.
The trade of organics is proscribed on worlds you term civilized. Yet none of you question the limited freedom he is allowed aboard Normandy.
Does living at a higher altitude make you more intelligent? Our report may surprise you. A case commissioned by the Architectural Union has noted a correlation
Listen, I know the data is vital to the Carosa family. The son of Dantius didn't give us time to pack.
For example, you know that new drug, the one that causes permanent neural scarring?
That's horrible. No, I haven't had any luck yet. She insists it was legal.
Can I help you with something?
I'm looking for an Asari warrior named Samara.
Wait, why? Do you have a problem, or did she kill somebody already?
Relax, I just need to speak with her.
Good. Samara's the first Justicar I've seen on Ilium. If I'm lucky, things will stay peaceful. She went to the commercial spaceport a few hours ago. If you want to get there, the pedestal on that balcony will summon a cab. Just be polite when you meet her. Justicars embody our highest laws, and they usually stay in Asari space. She's not used to dealing with aliens.
Is Samara really that dangerous?
If you follow the laws, you've got nothing to fear, and a Justicar would die without hesitation to protect the innocent. But their code orders them to stop lawbreakers, with lethal force in most cases, and everyone skirts the law somehow on Ilium. If someone tried to bribe her, she'd be obliged to gun them down as a matter of honor. I'm hoping to avoid that.
Why are you worried about other species coming into contact with her?
If a Justicar kills an Asari, none of us questions it. But if she killed a human... Do you think the Alliance would understand her actions and respect her authority? You can't even figure out your own religions. It's a big diplomatic incident just waiting to happen.
Tell me about the Justicars.
They're a monastic order. They've given up their families and possessions to follow their code. Most of them are on some lifelong mission, but they'll always stop to deal with any injustice they encounter, which can be a problem. In some ways, they're a lot like the Spectres, undertaking personal missions.
Spectres are authorized by the Council. Who do Justicars represent?
What? That's like, I don't know, a good human metaphor. They represent their code, our code. It's closer to a religious group than a legal branch. No law-abiding Asari would question a Justicar's orders. Nobody becomes a Justicar for personal gain. And they die before breaking their oaths.
I'm looking for Samara.
Like I said, she's at the commercial spaceport. You can hail a cab at the pedestal on that balcony over there.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm taking my goods to Omega, Detective.
You're not going anywhere, Merchant. Not until I solve this murder.
I had nothing to do with that. It was those mercenary thugs you can't seem to get rid of.
The victim was your business partner, and I'm not ruling you out. I'll let you know when you can leave.
What about that Justicar that just showed up? Everyone says she might go crazy and start killing. I need to leave.
She'll only kill the unjust, so I'm sure you have nothing to worry about, Pitney 4. Find me in the station if you need me.
What do you want? I've already got mercs wanting to kill me like they did my partner. I don't need any more trouble. As if that weren't enough, some Asari Justicar showed up this morning. All the natives are scared of her. I've got to get off of this world.
Tell me how to find the Justicar.
She's in the alley where my business partner was murdered. A detective sealed the area, so you'll have to talk with her if you want to go there.
Why do you think it was mercenaries?
Dacny Kerr was cutting through a back alley last night when someone killed him with a shotgun. I saw his body this morning. They'd used modded rounds. That means Eclipse mercs.
You must know something about these Eclipse.
I occasionally do business with them, but only in well-lit places, with my guards, and only after the cred's clear. This is a scummy bunch, even by merc standards. They sell red sand, all kinds of illegal items, and they are all cold-blooded killers.
Why would these mercs kill him? And why do you think they're coming after you, too?
I have no idea. We're innocent merchants. But they killed him, so they must be after me, too. I have to work the angles and get out of here.
You don't seem too broken up about your partner's death.
Dacny Kerr knew the risks when he took to spacing. Right now, my worry is me. It's unhealthy to be a Volus in the Nosastra spaceport right now. Especially a Volus named Pitney 4.
I should go.
Nice guns. Try not to use them in my district. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for an Asari warrior named Samara.
If you've got a score to settle with Samara, take it somewhere else. I've got more than enough trouble here already.
I need to recruit Samara for my mission. Then we'll be on our way.
Justicars usually work alone, but they are drawn to impossible causes.
Impossible suggests she never succeeds. Perhaps she would appreciate our cause. It is merely improbable.
If you're getting her out of my district, I'll get you to her ASAP. She's at the crime scene.
You're letting her into a sealed crime scene?
I'm a cop. I'll work with the Justicar all I can. Besides, she's been looking at crime scenes longer than our two lifespans combined. She knows how to handle herself.
You're awfully anxious to get Samara out of your district.
My bosses want me to detain her. They're worried she'll cause some kind of cross-species incident. But her Justicar code won't let her be taken into custody. If I try it, she'll have to kill me. I have no interest in dying, so if you lure her away with some big noble cause before I have to carry out my orders, I'm thrilled to help you.
Your superiors are sending you to certain death for no good reason. You have a right to disobey.
Really? I'll remember that next time Shep sends us to get our asses blown off.
Current trends average 2.73 instances per day. Rounded down.
Most of the time, I'm not being stupid about it. I can't say the same for Anaya's superiors.
I'm a cop and I know my duty. I've been ordered to detain her and I will. Unless I can get her to leave my district first.
Samara would kill a cop? That doesn't sound very just.
She would die defending an honest cop, but she'd fight an army of dirty cops to the death. I admire her dedication, but her presence is still a big problem. I need her gone before I have to carry out my orders.
How do I get to the crime scene?
It's around the corner. Go outside, take a left. Look for the police line. I'll send word to let you in. Be careful. The local Eclipse mercs have been all over those back alleys lately.
What do I need to know about these mercenaries?
Eclipse mercs are professional killers. They sell red sand, trade illegal weapons tech, and smuggle criminals off-world. They control some back alleys around here. I haven't been able to find their nest yet, though.
You mentioned a crime scene.
A Volus merchant was murdered. It was a professional hit, so we're not dealing with junkies looking for a score. I'm thinking the local Eclipse mercenary band. Can't prove it, but if the Volus was dirty too, maybe it's just a deal gone bad.
What can you tell me about Justicars?
They're kind of... humans might call them warrior monks. They live by a complex code that compels them to punish the wicked and protect the pure. They've been a part of Asari culture for millennia. I read adventure stories about Justicars when I was a child.
People seem nervous about Samara's presence.
Asari admire Justicars, but we also know that they kill without mercy when they find corruption. And Justicars never leave Asari space. Why is she here? I doubt it's to investigate the murder of some corrupt Volas.
What do you think of Samara herself?
She's been a Justicar longer than 3 of your lifespans. Whoever she was before she swore that oath, that person is dead.
I have to go.
Good luck.
We better find Samara before the detective goes after her.
I wanted to be a Justicar when I was young. Every Asari does, I guess.
Cops don't admit it, but the Eclipse sisters run this area.
Anaya told us to let you through. Watch yourself. There's Merc activity back here. We're waiting on backup.
Rearming.
Target contact.
Eclipse never fails.
Hostile forces have engaged. Impact event. Going silent. Alert. Requesting assistance. Got it. That looked painful.
Those were my best troops.
Tell me what I need to know, and I will be gone from here. Where did you send her?
You think I'd betray her? She would hurt me in ways you can't imagine.
The name of the ship. Your life hangs on the answer, Lieutenant.
You can kill me, but one of us will take you down, Justicar.
What was the name of the ship she left on?
Go to hell.
Find peace in the embrace of the goddess. My name is Samara, a servant of the Justicar Code. My quarrel is with these Eclipse sisters, but I see 3 well-armed people before me. Are we friend or foe?
I'm Commander Shepard, and I need your help with a critical mission, Samara.
You honor me, but I am in the middle of an investigation.
I need you to help me take down the Collectors.
The Collectors are a worthy foe. I would relish testing myself against them, but I seek an incredibly dangerous fugitive. I cornered her here, but the Eclipse Sisters smuggled her off-world. I must find the name of the ship she left on before the trail goes cold.
I wish you were willing to go with the human, Justicar. I've been ordered to take you into custody if you won't leave.
You risk a great deal by following your orders, Detective. Fortunately, I will not have to resist. My code obligates me to cooperate with you for 1 day. After that, I must return to my investigation.
I won't be able to release you that soon.
You won't be able to stop me.
The human is lost here. Can one of you clarify?
I was trying to convince her to leave with you, but Justicar's in their code.
The detective has been ordered to detain me. I can't force her to disobey an order.
After 1 day, the Justicar will leave this facility, killing anyone in her way.
I am afraid so.
There must be some way we can all get what we need.
I see a way. While I am in custody, you find the name of that ship. Do that, and I will join you. Then the code will be satisfied.
This Justicar code seems quite strict.
It may seem so to you, but this is my oath. The expedient path may be fast and simple. That does not make it the right path.
A moment ago you refused to give up your investigation, but now you'll swear to follow me?
If I stay, I will be compelled to kill many innocents to escape incarceration.
Like me.
I may be killed, and my quarry would be free to continue murdering. If I come with you and survive your mission, I can resume my investigation. To do that, I need the ship's name to track her to her next hiding place. It is a simple choice.
Slim chance is better than none.
Can you tell me more about Justicars?
We are individuals who have forsworn family, children, and worldly possessions aside from some weapons and armor. We travel Asari space righting wrongs as defined by the ancient code we have each memorized.
Ilium may be dominated by Asari, but it isn't in Asari space.
My quarry fled to this place. I am sworn to hunt her down, and I will follow anywhere she goes. It is rare for a Justicar to leave Asari space, but I must follow my oath. If I suffer for it, I will accept that.
Do you have any leads?
The Volus merchant Pitney 4 is tied to this. Eclipse mercs are preparing to kill him. Get the truth out of him. He may know a way into the Eclipse base.
Well, I've got to get back to my station. And I guess I've got to take you with me.
Thank you, Shepard.
Hello again, Earth Clan. Did you speak to the detective?
You said you didn't know anything about all this. You've got one chance to change that statement.
What do you mean, Earth Clan? I'm just trying to get my goods off this planet.
The Eclipse are hunting you. You want to stay alive, I'm your best chance.
Yes, you're right, Earth Clan. I'm desperate. I've got angry mercs after me, and now this Asari Justicar. Let's talk. I smuggled a chemical onto Ilium that boosts biotic powers in combat. It also is toxic. I may have, forgotten to mention that to the Eclipse, so they are perturbed and want to kill me.
It sounds like you're a swindler, and your actions finally caught up with you.
True and true. But I haven't survived as a merchant this long without being able to tell when there's a deal in the making. You want something.
I need to break into the Eclipse base.
I do have a pass card they issued me to bring my goods in. Well, I had to return that one, but I happened to make a copy. Take it, but be careful. Each Eclipse sister commits a murder to earn her uniform. They are all dangerous.
I don't trust that Volus. There's something about him.
Find a way into the Eclipse hideout. Dossier, their leader, must have a record of the ship name.
Please don't start trouble about my prisoner. Trust me, I'd release her right now if I could. It's a great honor to have a Justicar here, but I could do without the honor of having her kill me.
I'd like to avoid killing you, Detective. Unfortunately, the moment my code dictates I must, I will. There is only the code.
She says this kind of thing like she's talking about what to eat for dinner.
You're not gonna lock her up?
Any attempt to put me in a passive restraint system will be regarded as a hostile action, and I will be forced to attack.
Yeah, that.
I hear you can buy red sand from the Eclipse. Just don't cross them.
You should be able to get into the Merc base now. It's the elevator back that way, to your right.
We've been spotted.
I'll tear you apart!
Automated light weaponry.
Shepard, my scans confirm that the chemical compound will boost biotics. However, concentrated exposure will cause tissue damage. I recommend limited exposure.
Successful headshot.
Impact event.
On my way.
You got it.
Taking hit. I it. Moving to cover.
Deploying warp field. You got it.
Era.
You got it. Eclipse forever.
Assuming fortified position.
Hostile contact. Taking cover. Fire over matter.
Targeting order process. Abundant matter.
Check your agreement.
Automated flight weaponry.
As good a place as any.
Order received.
Yeah.
I didn't fire my weapon once. I pretended to because the other Eclipse sisters were watching, but I didn't really shoot. I'm not one of them. I'm new. I thought being Elnora the mercenary would be cool, but I didn't know what they were really like.
What do they do here that you don't like, Elnora?
I thought we'd be flying around the galaxy shooting up bad guys and stuff, right? But no. They just sell red sand and illegal weapons tech. They even smuggled an Ardat Yakshi off-world.
What does Ardat Yakshi mean?
It's an ancient Asari word for something that I thought was just a superstition until now. It means Demon of the Night Winds. I didn't think they were real, but the boss said this scary lady was one.
What ship did they use for the smuggling?
Wow, I have no idea. It was a few days ago, and like I said, I'm new. They didn't tell me anything.
Get out of here, Elnora. If you so much as jaywalk, I will find you.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm going. Thank you.
I'll take it. They've seen us.
Disengaging friend control detection.
Mind over there!
Threat neutralization.
Gotcha.
Careful.
Altering position.
Backup systems engaged.
Moving to cover.
Yes.
Weakening their integrity!
Retargeting. Excuse me.
Something. Your turn!
Assuming fortified position.
Now you see me.
Contact.
Ha! Eat it. Sure thing. Ready to roll.
Following path.
Forever.
Taking cover. Arrow.
I'll tear you
Subduing
apart.
suppress.
Moving to cover.
Fire it. Fire it.
Weakening their integrity!
Careful. Requesting assistance.
Targeted flight weapon ready.
Going dark. Try shooting them. Changing weapons.
Check your screen. Allied force casualty. Rerouting power.
Targeting order processed.
Gotcha.
Following.
Engaging hostile! Mind over matter!
Automated flight thundering.
Going silent. I'll tear you apart! Gotcha.
Following path.
You see that?
Impact imminent. Allied force casualty.
Got it.
Automated flight
You're dead.
thundering. Acknowledged.
As good a place as any.
Gotcha.
Arrow. Arrow. Abundant value. Target contact.
Going dark. Sure thing.
With separate commander.
Well, it's official. Little baby Elnora is finally a full-fledged Eclipse merc. I earned my uniform last night when I killed that ridiculous Volus. Up close, exploding rounds. Blew the little bastard's suit wide open. I can't wait to see some real action. Next time I go home, my friends are gonna be so jealous.
Eleanor was the killer. We shouldn't have let her go.
This data is of interest to Detective Anaya.
Disengaging friend or foe. Excuse me.
Moving to cover.
Backup engaged. Assistance.
Gunship overhead!
Targeting order process.
Fire in the hole!
Coordinate contact. Automated fast weapon ring. Targeting order process.
This looks like a shipping manifest. It shows the Pitney 4 sold 2,000 units of Minigen X3 to the Eclipse, along with 600 units of red sand.
Samara wasn't looking for this information, but at least it proves the Volus is a criminal.
Anaya and the Volus would be interested in this.
What's your opinion of this? The drugs, I mean.
These substances enhance short-term performance at the expense of long-term platform survivability. It is fundamentally similar to overclocking Geth hardware. We do so whenever necessary. However, should our platform be damaged by overclocking, we can be repaired. Why an organic would choose this is puzzling.
We've got to keep moving.
I am a biotic god. I think things, and they happen. Fear me, lesser creatures, for I am biotics made flesh.
I don't know what drugs you're on, but stay back and I won't shoot you.
You will regret your scandalous words. I am a great wind that will sweep all before me like a great wind. A great biotic wind. Yes, the Asari injecting so many drugs into me was terrifying. But then I began to smell my greatness. They may laugh when I fall over, But they don't know what I know in my head. That I know that I am amazingly powerful. Fear me?
Are you part of Pitney 4's trade group?
When I was mortal, I worked for Pitney. Poor soul is probably terrified that I have not returned.
Pitney 4 has not reported your absence. His goal was departure.
Face it, Pitney will pick money over friends every time.
Bah! I will wreak a just revenge upon his people. But first, the leader of these mercenaries is in the next room. I shall toss Dossier about like a rag doll.
His operating system is unstable. He will fail.
I will tear her apart. My biotics are unstoppable.
Dossier will tear you apart. Take a nap. You'll feel better.
Are you mad? I'm unstoppable. Feasting on her biotic-rich blood will be the last step of my... But... Great Wind... Biotic God... What was I saying? I'm... tired. You... may be right. Yes, I'm tired. I'll nap. Destroy the universe later.
The first thing a god masters is itself.
Everything's gone to hell since we smuggled that filthy creature off-world. First a Justicar shows up. Now you. At least I can take pleasure in turning your head into a pulpy mass!
Enemies detected. Taking cover. Taking hits. Affirmative. Taking hits. Automated flight weaponry.
Contact.
Target contact.
Now you see me.
Hostile contact.
They're coming from the front.
Moving to cover.
Got no shield!
How'd you like that? Going silent.
Target contact.
Hostile contact.
information's here somewhere. Let's rid the place.
We believe this is the ship sought by the Justicar.
You want to head back to the police station and give her the name, or look around first?
We've got time. Let's look around some more.
Return to the spaceport.
Let's go.
I don't know what they put in me, but I thought I was... Well, you saw. Anyway, thank you, Shepard.
Thank you for removing the Eclipse threat, Earth Clan. It will take them months to rebuild their organization. Also, merely out of curiosity, when you were poking about, did you perhaps run across a shipping manifest that belongs to me?
You never know when something like this might come in handy.
If it might change your mind, Earth Clan, returning that manifest would be very profitable for you. If you give it to the detective, her reward will be a pat on the back.
I've got the name of the ship. Your fugitive left here 2 days ago on the AML Demeter.
Shepard, you impress me. You fulfilled your part of the bargain, and I will fulfill mine. I am ready to leave immediately, if that will satisfy your superiors, Detective.
You're free to go, Justicar. It has been an honor having you in my station. And it's nice you didn't kill me, too.
The Eclipse smuggled an Ardat Yakshi off-world. She's who you're really after, isn't she?
You continue to impress. Yes, I was here tracking the Ardat Yakshi. She is a dangerous criminal, and I will bring her to justice. After your mission is complete, of course.
You're sworn to follow a code that dictates your decisions. But I'm running a military operation.
You wonder if I will refuse to follow orders because of my code?
I can't allow that to happen.
By agreeing to follow you, I am compelled to swear the most difficult of Justicar oaths, the third oath of subsumation. After I do, your orders will override the code. You should know, however, that I'll still give you my opinion if the situation warrants.
The Normandy is docked near the main trading floor. I'll see you aboard.
I must be sworn to your service so that I am never forced to choose between your orders and the code. By the code, I will serve you, Shepard. Your choices are my choices. Your morals are my morals. Your wishes are my code.
I never thought I'd see a Justicar swear an oath like that.
If you make me do anything extremely dishonorable, I may need to kill you when I'm released from my oath.
I can see that this is a very important act, Samara. Thank you.
Truly, the life of a Justicar can get lonely. I admit I am looking forward to serving with a company of honorable heroes. Shall we return to your ship?
I need to speak to the detective.
Thanks for getting Samara out of my district. I I can tell my granddaughters about meeting a Justicar. And you've just upped my chances of living long enough to have grandkids.
I have proof that Eclipse killed the Volus merchant.
Let's see what you got there. Interesting. But I can't verify it. It would be inadmissible.
I vouch for Shepard, and any evidence he brings forward.
I accept the judgment of the Justicar. Thanks, Shepard. I wasn't sure about trusting a stranger, and a human at that. But you came through. It's a shame this Elnora escaped. But I'll get her. At least you put her on the run. Okay, enough with all the congratulations. I've still got a spiraling crime rate.
I have proof that Pitney 4 smuggled in red sand and illegal weapons tech.
I'll send in some officers to arrest him and his cohorts. This is a big help, Shepard. I can't do much to thank you, but we do have a small discretionary bounty fund. Take this.
Welcome to the Normandy, Samara. We've studied your profile extensively. With your skills, I think you'll be an excellent addition to our team.
Thank you. From an organization such as yours, that is high praise indeed.
I've seen Samara's biotic powers at work. They're substantial.
We still don't know what we're gonna find when we hit the collectors.
I will be prepared for whatever we encounter.
Where shall we put you?
A room that looks out on the great empty void would be most comforting.
Put her in the observation room on Deck 3.
Thank you. I must meditate on the day's events.